Hi everyone, welcome to Every Insight. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most shocking crimes in world history, serial killers. Many of you may have heard of their heinous acts, but to understand their motivations and actions, we need to delve into each of their individual cases. So, join me as we explore some of the world's most notorious serial killers. Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was an American serial killer and sex offender who gained notoriety for his brutal and gruesome crimes committed in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. Dahmer was a loner and struggled with alcoholism. From an early age, he began exhibiting disturbing behavior in his teenage years, including acts of animal cruelty and stalking. Between 1978 and 1991, Dahmer killed at least 17 men and boys, most of whom were of Asian or African American descent. He lured his victims to his apartment, where he would drug them, strangle them, and then dismember their bodies. He would often engage in necrophilia and cannibalism with the remains. Dahmer was eventually caught in 1991 after one of his victims managed to escape and flagged down a police car. When police searched his apartment, they found a house of horrors, with human remains in various stages of decomposition, as well as evidence of Dahmer's depraved acts. Dahmer was charged with 15 counts of murder and was sentenced to life imprisonment in 1992. In 1994, Dahmer was beaten to death by a fellow inmate while serving his sentence. Dahmer's crimes were shocking and continue to fascinate and horrify people today. Some experts have suggested that Dahmer suffered from a severe form of mental illness, including borderline personality disorder and schizophrenia, which may have contributed to his crimes. Edward Gein. Edward Gein was an American murderer and grave robber who gained notoriety for his gruesome crimes and the disturbing discoveries made at his home in Plainfield, Wisconsin. Gein's crimes inspired numerous works of popular culture, including the films Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Gein was a solitary and socially awkward individual who lived on a farm with his mother, Augusta, who he was very close to. After his mother's death in 1945, Gein began to frequent graveyards and exhumed the corpses of middle-aged women who he believed resembled his mother. He would take these corpses back to his home and use their skin to make clothing, furniture, and other household items. He also made masks out of their faces and skulls. In 1957, Gein was arrested after the disappearance of a local store owner, Bernice Worden. When police searched his home, they found Worden's body, along with numerous other human remains and items made from human skin and bones. Gein was charged with murder, but was found to be legally insane and spent the rest of his life in a mental institution. Gein's crimes were shocking and sensationalized by the media, and his name has become synonymous with horror and depravity. However, some experts have suggested that Gein may have suffered from a severe form of mental illness, and that his crimes were a manifestation of his psychological distress. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was an American serial killer and rapist who gained notoriety for his heinous crimes committed across multiple states in the 1970s. Bundy was a charming and charismatic individual who used his good looks and charm to lure his victims, most of whom were young women, to secluded areas where he would then rape and murder them. Bundy's victims ranged in age from 12 to 26 years old. Bundy's modus operandi involved approaching his victims while pretending to be injured or in need of help. He would then overpower them and take them to a secluded area where he would rape and murder them. Bundy was known for his brutal methods of killing, which included bludgeoning, strangling, and sexually assaulting his victims' corpses. Bundy was eventually caught in 1978 after being pulled over for a traffic violation in Utah. When police searched his car, they found incriminating evidence, including masks, handcuffs, and other tools he used to abduct and murder his victims. Bundy was convicted of multiple counts of murder and sentenced to death. Despite several appeals and attempts to delay his execution, Bundy was ultimately executed in the electric chair in 1989. Bundy's crimes were shocking and continue to fascinate and horrify people today. Some experts have suggested that Bundy suffered from a severe personality disorder, including narcissism and psychopathy, which may have contributed to his violent behavior. We have explored some of the world's most notorious serial killers. In this video, their crimes are shocking and evoke unimaginable horror. Through this, we can learn more about the severity of crime and the mental abnormalities of perpetrators. Let us continue to take an interest in preventing more crimes and supporting victims so that such heinous acts do not happen again. Thank you.